Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio, this pre-match show, Simon versus Rangers. Join myself, Oxchair, on the show is AK. Afternoon, AK.
Afternoon, Oxchair, the Takey team and everybody that's listening.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, mate. Doing fine. Saturday, isn't it? Looking forward to it.
Doesn't it feel right?
I know, 3 o'clock.
I believe you've got the team for us, mate, yes?
Yes, I have. It's a familiar lineup. Kelly in goals, Tav, Suter, Proper, Inciala, Yefte, Raskin, Rice, Diamondi, Igamani, Dessers. Our subs today is Butland, Cortez, Barron, Bajrami, Cherny, Hadji, Curtis, McCallion and Danilo.
Right, I'm trying to work this team out. I'm really thinking, obviously there's 3 centre-halves playing, mate, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so that suggests 3 at the back, yes?
Aye.
Tav push forward with Yefte on the other side. Raskin and Rice between them. Diamandi in front of them, potentially. Yeah? And then Igaman and Dessers up top.
Aye, I would go with that. 3-5-2.
Aye, I'm just thinking about it, yeah.
It looks the obvious kind of formation, particularly when Cherny's not there. So Fox and I were talking about that, and it looks Tavernier and Yefte's going to be the width in the team. And the St Mirren line up 3-5-2 as well, so it's basically one man per man.
Yeah, in the midfield, aye. But Cherny, obviously, he played and we know he had that hamstring, mate. I think maybe just because of where we are in the season, maybe makes a bit of sense for all parties, yeah?
Aye. Well, I think because we've not got much to play for, I think that might come into effect as well, because Cherny's no other player.
Aye. He's on the bench, but I think just maybe common sense. The Simon team is Hemming, Altibor, Taylor, O'Hara. Decent player over the years, O'Hara. Ayunga, Mandarin, Gogic, who also could have played at a higher level. Boymans, Fraser, John and Phillips. Don't know a lot about them, AK, but I'll tell you what, they've been soaring us this season, mate.
Aye, they have. They've killed us a couple of times. This two defeats the last 2 games against them. They kind of stole it a bit at St Mirren, a wee bit, but certainly they came to Ibrox and were deserved winners that day. We were terrible.
Aye. Different managers.
Stephen Robinson's a good manager.
No, obviously the away game was Barry Clement, and then the other game was Barry back then.
Aye. I think
he was. I'll check that out, mate.
Aye.
Yeah, but look, they've been sore. These 6 points, mate. You know, obviously the time, and you know you don't have that momentum. It might have cost us more points, and the season, if buts, and maybe season could have been different. But what's done's done, mate.
Aye. But it's results like that against teams like St Mirren that's killed us. You know, we look in the form. Our form is actually at Ibrox for a long period there. We barely dropped a point, and we were dropping a lot of points away from him, and then it totally reversed. We started, picking up points away from him, and then the home form deteriorated. It's been a funny all season, but it's not been a pretty watch at times. You're on mute, Ox. But St Mirren, 3-5-2. I see them lining up. They're pretty, steadfast in that formation. Alex Gogic 6 in the middle of their defence. So
they try and win the midfield, yeah, and they're obviously they've got powerful guys up front, yeah. and they've caused us problems, mate. Yeah.
But Olasanya's been a big one for them. Oxy, he's caused us all sorts of problems. I remember the start of the season proper, getting a right ragdolling with him. I think he scored that game as well. But I see they've actually sold him before the end of his contract to a team in America, Houston Dynamo, for 500,000. So he's no there today, which is a good thing for us.
Right, okay. Someone game might have been Clement's last game as manager, mate. I think that might have been the straw broke the camel's back, yeah?
Right, aye.
Right, but it seems a long time ago. It wasn't that long ago, but it just seems a long time ago, doesn't it?
Aye. February, wasn't it? But a couple of months has passed and our form's not really picked up any. A couple of good results, of course, away to Fenerbahce and away to Celtic. But apart from that, inconsistent. We've been consistent, but inconsistent.
At home, mate. At home. Away from home, we went to, obviously, Kilmarnock and won. We went to their place and won. We got a drop at Aberdeen. Yeah. We come back and win at Dundee. I'm not saying the performances were vintage, mate, but bizarrely we've got the results. We went to Fenerbahce and won. And I'll put a bit of spin on it. Unlucky lost in Bilbao due to the circumstances. Not saying the best team never won, AK, but you get my point, yeah?
Aye.
But at home,
a lot of the games, Oxford went 2 goals down. So we've been, kicking ourselves, shooting ourselves in the foot a lot of the games as well.
I made it hard for myself. But anyway, can you get a shout out of the team and then we'll get the phone lines open, mate?
Yep, sure, no bother. The team today is Kelly in goals, Tavernier, Suter, Proper, Inciala, Yefte, Raskin, Rice, Diamondi, Igaman, Dessers. Subs are Butlin, Cortez, Barron, Bizrami, Cherny, Hadji, Curtis, McCallion, Danilo.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
See, when I look at the bench, mate, there's only one player on that bench that I want to see and see how he does. Because we know most of them, mate. I wouldn't like many if seeing what young Curtis could do playing further forward, mate, yeah?
Aye. I would actually have started him, to be honest with you, because like yourself, I shared your opinion. I thought he played very well up at Pittodrie. A wee bit disappointed to see him drop to the bench, but hopefully we see him later on. And what about the boy McCallion? Are we going to see him there at all, or is he just there to make up numbers?
Well, as long as he gets out the shed, yeah.
I see what you done there.
Was that too quick for you, AK?
Aye, you're in good form today, boy.
Aye, listen, mate, you want the young boys to get a chance. It's superb, yeah. It's things that dreams are made of, especially if the boys are blue. I don't know that much about him, but I wish him all the best, mate. Young man making his way in the game. And you need a bit of luck, AK. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for heart attacks and strokes, you'd have never got a shot at the balls, you know what I mean?
Very kind. The boy with the glass eye as well. Don't forget that.
You know, but aye, listen, hopefully the boy gets some minutes. And by the way, I hope it's no, that 88 minute stuff, you know what I mean?
Aye. They're no time. If you've got to give them a game a run out, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, obviously, depending on the scoreline, right enough, you're not bringing them on to get abuse. As well, but him just even being part of the first team fit was great experience for him. Come down to the dressing room so he's no overawed with the names and everything that he sees out there. But Cortez, are you surprised not to see him start today?
I don't think he can be fit, mate. And then where do you play him in that setup, mate?
True.
As we've seen with McCausland. At Aberdeen, when you play sometimes attacking players when they've got defensive responsibility, it can go Pete Tom, mate.
Aye.
Yeah, and I know he's suspended. I was going to say he's not on the bench. I've never done a Robin Proper again. No.
Aye. No, I know what you're saying there. Glad to see young Bailey Rice make a start today. So hopefully,
looking forward to seeing him in there, and he's got players running about him. Yeah.
Aye, I always get Raskin and Diamondi in there, which is better than what he did have with, like, say, Bezrami, Hadji, Barron in there. I think that's looks quite a strong midfield for us, but it's all about possession and taking your chances. Dessers will need to get his shooting boots on the day. Igamani, do you think he's got to pair up well with him?
Well, I hope he's playing up top and he's got a free role to go on, but he plays between the 18-yard box maximum, mate, for me, and tries and stays between the goal. Just Dessers, mate. I don't think Dessers has kicked up off of us since the Fenerbahce away game, mate. I really don't. Yeah, I mean, I know he got the winner at Dundee, but if you take that performance that night, yeah, and you know, a swing to the old bear camp, if that makes sense. However, yeah, I think he is the biggest enigma I've ever known, and he's likely to do something outrageously good today. But I hope he's not got the antics as well, like, because they frustrate me, mate. Some of his antics at times are borderline embarrassing. Yeah.
Well, you could forgive him if he was like, say, Igamani's age, coming out with the petulance antics. I mean, we've seen it for a few years with Morelos as well. When he doesn't get his own ways, he throws his arms up there, he throws himself to the deck, and that's possibly a reason why that he's not getting penalties when we think that he should, and they're not even going to VAR. That's possibly a reason why. But you're right, his form and his goal scoring stakes has certainly fallen off in recent weeks. And by the way, you could throw the same accusation at Czerny as well. You know, Dessers is fourth in the list for league goals this year with 12 goals and 2 assists. Czerny's got 11 goals, 2 assists. But is that good enough for us going forward to win a league?
Well, for me, Czerny's goals is good enough. He should have maybe triple, quadruple the assists, mate, the position he plays in, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to make things happen as well as doing that one trick of coming in and putting it well in the net. And obviously he's run through and scored a few goals, you know. But I'm no surprised. I mean, he came into the hamstring thing when we played him, I think, a couple of games when I don't think he was fully fit, mate. And at times he'd have just been left out the team, and we just needed the players because we were short in that position. And ultimately, it never worked away. And well, mate, it never really worked at home neither because of the sending off, yeah.
Aye, it was a damp squib. Listen to yourself and Allbear there during the week, and he's were bang on. It actually reminded me a wee bit of the 2008 UEFA Cup final. And we said before the game, no regrets, leave everything out the park. I think there would be a lot of regrets at the players' performances in Bilbao and certainly at Manchester. You know, unleash the players, go for it. It's you're out anyway. As soon as you went 1-0 down, you're out. So rather than sit back and look to counter, go forward, push forward, and look to score and hurt them. And we didn't. So aye, regrets, disappointed, of course, because that's your season over.
John McCallion, 16-year-old midfield player, mate. 16-year-old getting on the bench, maybe getting on the pitch for Rangers, mate. It doesn't happen that often, mate. It does not happen that often. You know what I mean?
It should happen more, to be honest with you, if our youth setup is that good, which I don't think it is. But the fact that he's even there and he's getting considered for the first team is good experience for the boys, so good luck to him.
You know, I wish him all the best, mate. You know, family and that must be delighted and proud, and you know, to get a chance so young. And he must be doing something right, mate. You can't imagine they just drop a pin. You must be doing it right for your level to get invited up to the next level. When in fact he's maybe jumped up about 3 levels. Yeah.
Aye. Well, all the great players have got to start somewhere. You remember a young, fresh face, Derek Johnson, making his mark on the team. So there has been in the past guys breaking into the team at a young age. Derek Ferguson, Ian Durrant as well. So aye, he's one of us. So I look forward to maybe no this season, but certainly a wee bit of game time, 10, 15 minutes here and there will no do any harm in the long run, hopefully, mate.
Do you want me to give you? Do you think you could name the 3 youngest players, mate, that have started for Rangers? Well, I'll give you a big clue. you mentioned two of them on the day's show.
Derek Ferguson.
Yep.
Well, that was the competitive game, was it? That was the friendly game. For side,
but he still made his. Might have been 15 with that testimonial, but the Queens. He played his debut 16 years and 24 days against Queen of the South in the League Cup. Yep.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yep.
So Derek Johnson.
No.
Durant.
No.
Willie Henderson.
No. How did you mention Willie Henderson today? Right, I'll give you them, mate. Bailey Wright and Tom Walsh, yeah?
All right, very good.
Bailey Wright and Tom
Walsh. Good statistics to come up with, Ox. You're on mute again, pal.
I think a young Ox should have been on that list, but that's just a personal point of view.
You never made it.
A lot of reasons, mate. Basically, it was good enough.
Aye, that was a big one.
Yeah, dear. Right. How do you think? We're going to go with the right attitude, yeah? I think we're going to join you on Muckner South Side. Afternoon, South Side.
He's on mute.
He's on mute. Carry on, AK.
It's attitude application. How many times have we spoken about that last season? That it's you're wearing a jersey, you've got thousands following you, paying good money, so they're expecting a performance that gets us a win. You know, and that's what it's all about. Here he's in the South Side.
All right, South Side.
Yes, afternoon. How are you?
Good, mate. What's your thoughts on the team?
I just heard you mention it. I think it's much about we probably thought it would be. Strong enough team. Good to see Bailey Wright's get in the team. And I take it Cherny might have been the injury. Sort of concern, so I'm not willing to risk him.
I think with a hamstring, mate, we had a goal when it was a game. I don't want to use this tight end rubber, but you know what I mean, when there was games. And even if we had a game coming up that was important, I don't think he'd have been playing anyway, mate, yeah?
I probably know. As we say, we've got him on loan, and dare say he's probably just giving him that extra week. Probably play next week. But team as much as what I think we thought it would be. I'm just looking forward to seeing how they play. We're disappointed Cortez or Finlay Curtis didn't get in the starting 11 out wide, but it is what it is. So
how did they get in there? How did they get in there 3-5-2, mate? Because they're no defensive players. I know Curtis done well the last time he played. He gave it his all, you know. But I want to see the boy play further forward, mate, because that's his game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Aye. He's a more forward-thinking player. You want them in attacking positions. You just want them to get some game time just to see how they are. But hopefully they'll go on maybe in the second half or something. If he has to change the system, he might even go to a back four later on. We don't know. But it just looks like he's starting with the three centre backs, so it'll be what it'll be. Not the greatest day, a bit miserable the day through in Paisley, but I'm just getting ready to get out the car and head down to the game.
Right, mate. I know you done it last night, but what was your prediction?
I didn't. I done a prediction. I'll take a 2-0 tonight. 2-0.
Second
half? Nah, one in each half. Why not?
Okay, mate. All right, mate. Enjoy the game. And come on, the Rangers, Biggie.
Aye, definitely. We've made the effort to go through here, so at least you want to see a win. I think we're looking no bad in the Super 6. I think that game's nearly finished. So I think maybe in the next 10 minutes or something, we might have one up with 5 to go. So in the early kick-off.
Yes. The day's young, mate. The day's young. Just keep a hold of your phone and I'll keep you updated. All right, AK?
I'm looking forward to these text messages. I
just said it's a good start. That's all I said.
You've got 10 minutes before you crow.
What's that?
You've got 10 minutes yet before you start crawling.
Oh, have I? I thought it was nearly done. Right, I'll need to go and mingle.
He's in the last
Take
minute,
it away.
the 8th, 9th minute, mate. So you could have won up, mate. One up.
Aye. Well, that's a good start. It's a good
mate.
start.
Yes. Right, enjoy the game, Biggin. Catch you
Aye,
later.
I will do. Catch you later, guys.
Cheers, Southside.
And listen, mate, I get how where we're sitting in the league and the points and what's to play for, but he's right. People are making the effort to go there. It's a game of football, mate, professional football. There's no pressure, so you can go out and play with a freedom that maybe you don't have a lot of other times, and we're looking for some decent football, AK.
Aye, of course. I mean, as I say, Southside and all the other Bears, they're paying good money to go and watch their team, and good on them for doing that. But St Mirren have scraped into the top 6, but that's 2 years in a row. Stephen Robinson's got them up there, which is fair play to him. But they're sitting 9 points behind both Aberdeen and Dundee United, and obviously we're kind of in a wee bit in no man's land as well. Hibs are the 13 points behind us, so we're just looking for another probably victory to seal second place. I know it doesn't mean a hell of a lot, but the more games you lose and Hibs keep creeping up there, you never know. We certainly don't want to think about that, but it's a game of nothing for both teams, unfortunately.
Aye. Listen, we have to win the game, mate. We have to win the game, mate. We have to win every game, and that's the pressure that comes with playing for Rangers. So, with the starting 11, you named the boy, and I'm really interested to see Bailey Rice, how he gets on, mate. I've enjoyed his passing. You can see that he can ping the ball first time, but when I've watched him, it's after the ball stuff, mate. Yeah, he just has to learn that that's part of the game. But I'm sure the guys that's on that bench and the manager himself will be talking to him and constantly encouraging him to build things into his game. But I just mentioned Barry. It'd be only right if we heard from Barry Ferguson, the AK.
Aye, it'd be great to hear from the gaffer.
Let's hear from Barry Ferguson.
Barry, it's the first of the split fixtures at Mirren this afternoon. What's been your message to your players ahead of this one?
Won the last 5 games. It's been clear. I was clear, sorry. And I've put that challenge to them. And I'm hopeful that they can meet that challenge head on. We know it's going to be a difficult game. St Mirren, again, have had another really good season. They deserve to be in the top 6. They're a well organised team. They've got some really good players, a really good manager. So, yep, we're in for a tough one today, but they know their jobs. They know they need to come here and really dig deep. But when we have the ball, we need to be a real threat going forward.
For you, is it about seeing how your players react and take on that challenge that you've set them?
Yeah, well, you're at Rangers, so it's a challenge every single game. The challenge is to win every time you cross that white line, so that's what I expect today. And we've set up to go and attack them. We're obviously playing the 2 boys up top. We're clearing what we want to do and how we want to go about it, so I'm looking for a good performance and 3 points.
You said that it had been a good build-up to this one. Was it nice to have that time on the training pitch with the boys as well?
Yeah, well, I would like to have everybody. There's obviously a few guys that couldn't do all the sessions through injuries, but 1 or 2 have thankfully made the squad in the starting lineup. And obviously we're missing a few players as well. But listen, that's part and parcel of football. The team that I've put out is still, in my mind, strong enough. But you need to go and perform first and foremost, and that's what I expect today.
Another opportunity for Bailey as well. He's one of those young players. He obviously took that injury in that last time out, but another chance for him today. We're looking forward to seeing him again. Yep,
well, Bailey's a player that I think a lot of. Again, he needs to still work on a lot of things in his game, but listen, he's prepared to do that. And I've said before, I think he is behind in his development, but we've worked hard with him over the last period we've been in, the last 7 or 8 weeks. It's been a bit stop-start when we brought him in at Dundee, he got the injury, and then brought him in against Bilbao, and he obviously come off of the neck injury, sorry. And now he's had a full week's training, and this is a good test for him today.
Clinton's in too. He's got a lot of experience around him in that back line too, which can only help him, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, he's found himself out the team. He's had to be patient. Now he's got an opportunity to come back in because we've got injuries, so he needs to grab that with both hands.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, and Salah as well. We forget how young he is, mate, because he's been in the team for a good few months now, and obviously, let's be honest, we'll be honest, they get dropped because they get took out of the team after the Kilmarnock game because he'd made two similar mistakes in two similar games. Obviously, the Suburban game it was Kilmarnock's last game, and then it carried on in the first half against Kilmarnock. You know, there was no exactly the same errors, but I'll tell you what, he had an excellent second half in Bilbao, mate, yeah?
Aye, absolutely, mate, absolutely. Aye, he certainly grew up that night. He seemed comfortable in the environment because it's a big step up coming from the academy. Obviously, he's been in the academy at AC Milan and they thought well enough to go and get him and develop him there. So, aye, hopefully he's got to come into the team and be a good acquisition for us. He's certainly got the stature to make a good career for himself, and it's just about the confidence and knitting into the team, and the everything will come with it. And as you say, that his confidence took a dent with the mistake against St Mirren, and then carried that on to Rugby Park. So Barry taking him out, probably a bit of good mileage once you think about it, Ox, but when he's come in there, he's certainly acquitted himself well. So I'm hoping that he kicks on for you.
He's got that advantage, mate, having that left foot, mate. Yeah.
Aye.
You know,
I don't get many. Aye, left side, half side. Aye.
Aye, it's an advantage, mate. But he's got pace, he's got power, he's big. He's, you know, he obviously you can see that he can tackle. You just have to develop. You know, he's young for that position, but we could have an asset. And I say the words could. We could have an asset, Marwan Zeki.
Aye, could have an asset. I actually spoke to Southside after the show last night. The first time we seen him in the flesh, myself, Albert and Southside went to watch the academy game against Queen's Park. He's got a good right hook on him, I know. He done one of their boys and the linesman caught him. Red card. So there's a bit of needle in him, I know. You need that though. Physicality for a defender's not a bad thing. But as long as it's controlled and not a right hook.
Well, there's times. You know, but aye, listen, wish him all the best. Liam Kelly in goal, so I don't think he can go any other way. It's his jersey now, mate. Yeah,
it looks that way. Oxford actually had Butland coming back. I had a wee stab at a team last night. Mate, today we just put him in the shop window. I think he's away at the end of the season. I really do. I think they've got to look at all the high earners and get as many of them off the wage bill as they can. And I think Butland's the highest earner. So for me, I wouldn't miss him. Albert wouldn't miss him. I don't think you or the listeners would miss him either.
No, but I don't think it's that easy, okay? That's the problem.
Aye, true. There's business to be done there, Hawks, I think, certainly.
I hope none of the selling clubs are listening to the show when any of the buying clubs are listening to the show when Albert's on.
Aye, I know. We couldn't sell the sand to the desert, the buys.
You know, but aye. So, but we have got a reasonably young team then, Dave, when you think about younger team. You know, you've got in Salah. You know, there's a mixture. I know Tavern proper and the young suitors experience, but if you take Dressers is a decent age. You've got in Salah. You've got Raskin who's a young man. You've got Iggyman, yeah, and Bailey Rice, mate. So it's pretty much a 50-50 split, yeah.
Aye. And they're up against a team, experienced pros with St Mirren. They've got Mark O'Hara, you mentioned before, is a good midfielder. Declan John. And the boy Boyd Munce, Northern Ireland boy, 25-year-old. I'm looking forward to having maybe a wee look at him for a potential buy there too. So, their midfield, it's got to be a good matchup, I think, in there. It's got to be competitive. It's just about putting the ball in the back of the net and give something to cheer.
Aye. Score goals, mate. Score goals. You know, and we talked about Dessers. He has to try and get if he's. These are games that are maybe not important in the history of Rangers, but it might be for his history, mate, because the jury's out, the support's out, isn't he? You know, and if he wants to stay, mate.
Aye. Well, I think there've got to be decisions made there regarding the future of a few of them. Ox, you never know. Discussions will probably be going on in the background. The new director of football will have decisions to make, and he'll listen to Barry, the coaching staff, and obviously Neil's coping as well. So the future of a lot of the players is going to be up there. Do they want to stay there? Well, they need to prove it.
Aye, and the support size, mate, and the support size. I mean, the business is the business.
Aye.
You know, but, you're judged by what you do on the park, mate. And taking, if you're a striker forward, you're judged on the goals you score and your play. You know, midfield, what I see attitude. You know, and they two, Diamandi and Raskin, you couldn't fault their attitude, really, could you? They might not have had the best games every game. Raskin's arguably been my player of the season. Diamandi maybe consistent in Europe, but you can't fault their effort.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't, but you could fault their goal return for the engine room in the park. You know, I'm not looking for great numbers off them, maybe 5 to 10 goals a season, but when you're looking at our top goal scorer in the league now is Dessers on 12, that's not enough. Looking at our goals for and against this year, we've only scored 68 goals in total that this year. That's nowhere near enough. And particularly when you've got Dessers on 12, Cherny on 11, and Igaman on 11 as well. So that's half of your goals output between the three players. So you need the contributions for our areas of the park as well, and them to score more than what then.
I think if they could get 6 each, mate, playing in that position over a season, and you get the numbers for that, and the rest of the team are scoring, that's fine. But we're not scoring enough goals as a team, mate. If you've got a centre forward who's banging in 35, and it doesn't matter, you know, and the other forwards are scoring and all, you don't need your midfield as long as they're doing their job. But what you need, and you maybe need, I mean, we've had very little goals from our centre backs. I can't think Proper scored a couple. He scored against them, didn't he? But I mean, we're not getting 4 or 5 for them nearer, which would give you another 10 goals a season. You know, I get your point, AK.
Aye. Well, that's it. It's a collective failure all in. Man, we're conceding too many goals. We're giving teams to a start a lot of the time, which isn't helping us. We're not scoring enough. So collectively, we're well in second place, but second place isn't good enough. It's not where we want to be. We want to be first. So you've got to improve in all these aspects. I mean, our set pieces, we were on about it for long enough. Corner kicks, we were getting nothing out of them. Free kicks, I can't remember the last time we scored a free kick. It's just been a poor season all in all.
When obviously Philip Clement came in, mate, and he went with out swinging corners. I don't like out swinging corners, never have done, mate. But taking the ball the way you're trying to get it, I think you put it in the mix and see how you go. And ideally, it maybe just goes along just in front of the 6-yard box to try and take the goal out of the place. But that's the barrier for me. No swinging towards the penalty spot. Yeah, you'll score the odd goal, but I think it's harder to defend when it's coming towards your goal. Just me, mate.
Listen, it's a valid point, Ox. You remember yourself, days gone by. Our defenders, a Richard Gough, a Terry Butcher, a Derek Johnson, they attack the ball. See, you've got that outswinger, you've got to have a player going to attack the ball. We don't have that. So what's the point? Because if everybody misses it, the ball's swinging out of the area, and all of a sudden it's putting us on the back foot. So I get your point there, but we've got to improve in all aspects, defensively and scoring goals. But this is for the managers to work out whoever it is that's got to come in.
Whoever it is, yes, that will run. How long? What's your prediction? How long before we'll know the manager?
Well, there's a wee bit of bookie sites and that going up today that Steven Gerrard's moved into a 1 to 4, I believe.
Somebody's 20 quid on a minute. That's
I
all
know,
right.
I know.
Market.
Oh, hey, listen, I remember Eddie Howe going to 1 to 25 to be their manager before Postecoglou got it, so that means nothing. I'd a wee stab at Frank Lampard kind of last night, thinking about it. I don't know. He's done a brilliant job for Coventry. I think he came in there and they were at fourth bottom, and he's managed to get them up to a playoff position. Would they come to Rangers? I don't know. Or would they even consider him? What's your own thoughts, Sox?
Oh, we'll see, mate. We'll see. I just want somebody, and it's a winner, mate. A winner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the people, they may pay the piper, call the tune, mate. So they've got the decisions to make, and there's pluses and minuses in every one of them we've talked about. You know, Marino, if that's true, and it's all speculation. The circus, Gerrard, with the baggage that obviously I thought I liked him when he was with us, but he did leave us because he got a tap. So people would, maybe he'll give you a different story to that, but of course, the other people, Sean Dykes is an experienced manager, has been mentioned. I think that came before because of the the Everton connection. Yeah, he'd worked with a new sporting director, so people put two and two together, and it goes arms and legs because somebody speaks about it in a newspaper pod. Yeah, so that's how it grows arms and legs. But let them do their due diligence. They might even know already, mate. They might even know. So
I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, I wouldn't be surprised.
But back to the day's game, I'm looking forward to seeing Young and Salah, Bailey Rice, Igaman, and hopefully Curtis. The rest of them, we know what we can do and we know what we can get. Yeah?
Yep. Aye. Oh, you're right. You're right. As long as we win, let's start and build some momentum in there. I know it's beyond the rest of the season to do anything, but this is what Barry and them are trying to instill, the mentality in that dressing room. You can't just show up for Rangers when you want to show up. You're expected to show up with a performance and a victory because you've got thousands following you every game. And that's the mentality that they players need to spread into that dressing room because we've lost that over the years. So it's up to the players. As soon as they cross that white line, it's up to them. So let's get a victory today.
Here, mate. Here. And Southside went for 2-0, yeah?
2-0, aye, that would do fine. Clean sheet. 1-0 victories both halves. Aye, that would be doing fine.
Where do you stand? And obviously you said that you would have played Butland, and I get your rationale. But that could have went two ways. The way he's playing, you might have took money off his transfer. But young Kelly has come in. He's not done a lot wrong, mate, if you're honest. He looks more comfortable kicking the ball. He comes and takes crosses better than Butland. Yeah, we're still losing goals, but he's not the howlers that Butland was having.
No, you're right. Listen, I don't mind Kelly for the reasons that you stated. I think he's distribute the ball, get it up the park, and win second balls halfway up the park. Sure, this messing about at the back, and I've heard
Did you see the Arsenal goal they lost the other night?
Horrendous. And talk about shooting yourself in the foot. All these, I've heard former players and managers on podcasts, and all of a sudden your goalkeeper, your two centre halves, Gary Neville, I think, spoke about it. They're the players with the most touches of the ball in the park. The supporters don't want to see your goal and your centre halves kicking each other. They want to see the creative players, running down the wing, taking on the defender. When do you see that now? You never see that now. I think the game's it's changed, but it's no change for the better, Ox.
Oh, that's not the theorem knocking about with a back. You're trying to pull somebody out of position. Well, if you're 1-0 down, the other try would just stand there, get a deck chair out, pass it about all day. I'll get off a deck chair when you move it. Yeah.
It's like a game of chess sometimes, isn't it? Just look at each other.
Overcomplicated, and something it's just mental, mate. Yeah. Simple for me, mate. If you've got the ball near your own goal, you can lose a goal. If you've got it near the opposition's goal, you can score a goal.
Aye, of course, it is that simple. And we've been watching this style of football for even the Mark Warburton days in the Championship, and then we get obviously promoted in the Premier League, and we're still passing it about at the back. You're like, just get it up the park. This is causing us all sorts of self-destruct mode.
I know, mate. I know, it's mental. All right. Listen, we hope the young boy gets on. Hope the young boy gets some. What do you think? 20 minutes?
Aye, it'd be nice to see him. Aye. And as you say, if he does come on, the likes of McCallion and Curtis gets a run at it, instead of going 3-5-2, we go 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 or something to accommodate him. So aye, take off a centre half, you know.
I just maybe make a straight swap. If he's an attacking midfielder, just let him go and play where he plays, mate. Yeah.
Aye, play him in his natural position instead of throwing him into a position that's alien to him.
Aye. Wish him all the best. I wish, as I said, the youngsters, they're the ones I want to see today. Yefty and Salah. Yeah, left side of the defence. See how they got on. Yefty's frustrated, mate, times. You know, I've championed him at the start with his pace and his, you know, I thought he showed at times he's got a decent left foot, but he's constantly been back and he's stopped crossing the ball. You know, and some of his defending switching off it's been shocking, if we're honest, AK. And Salah, hopefully he's learned the bouncing ball, and we'll see how he does today against a team that he didn't have a good game again. And then you've got young Bailey Rice. Let's see his movement and let's see his range of passing, and then just get Igaman up top. And Igaman will make things happen, mate. He'll make things happen. Yeah, he'll try things. He'll frustrate you. You'll go in the half. You'll go, why did you shoot? Well, you should have passed it. And the next time he'll shoot, you'll go, why did you shoot? And he'll end up in the goal, because that's the type he is.
Aye. Well, some of the goals that he scored already this year, Ox, 3 defenders round about him at Celtic Park and 3 defenders round about him at Pittodrie, but the ball lands in the net both times. Fantastic finishes he's got, but he needs to, you know, be more consistent with his performance and no drop out of games the way he has been doing. Occupied defenders, even if he's not got the ball, you know, take defenders away to allow space for Dessers to run into, or vice versa. They've got to strike up a wee bit of a partnership. Raskin and Diamondi struck up a good partnership in the midfield, you know, so it's getting these relationships, and they should have them. Christ, you're nearly at the end of the season now, aren't you? So I'm looking forward to it. It's watching the Rangers, Ox, isn't it? It's better than watching.
Aye. You always want to see them, whether it's a friendly the other side of the world, a bounce game, testimonial. We always want to see them, and obviously this is a league match. Yeah, we get what it is, but you managed to go play well, win the match. Last word for your good self, AK.
No, thanks again for having us on, Ox. Thanks to the Takey team, everybody that's listening. Hope you enjoyed again. Hope the Rangers get a victory. Come on, the Rangers.
Here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for Southside for giving us Southside. Getting you with teeth on. Thanks to Southside for joining us.
It's your colour there.
Yeah. Southside. Southside for joining us here on Rangers Radio. Of course, the one and only AK Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back for a quick show after the final whistle. Take it away, Old School Blue.
As we go marching down the Paisley Road, the west, the doors and the windows open wide. You will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. As we go marching down the Paisley Road west, the doors and the windows open wide. You will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for